morning. Today is Saturday, March 16th, and we're on our way to the meeting. Feeling really bloated today. I don't know why. I didn't have anything salty yesterday. Can't think of why, but I just feel like, ugh. So, we'll go see. I feel bad for Lainey over at Lainey's Life because, boy, she's really following the program, and she's walking, and she's doing everything she's supposed to be doing, and she's not losing. And I just feel so sorry for her because I can see what she shows us that she's doing really well. So I don't understand it, Lainey. I really don't. I'm with you. I don't get it. But I don't know. I think I did well this week. I really do. Of course, I started walking, and sometimes when you start using more muscles, not that walking builds you up muscle-wise, but you know, you do kind of build up your leg muscles a little bit. I do find that you do have a little bit when your muscles start retaining water. See, I'm already making excuses because I really don't think I had a loss. I really don't. And I look back at my week this morning while I was in the shower. I was trying to think of what I ate. I think I ate pretty good this week. I know I didn't eat a lot, so that could be, you know, that can play against you too, because you have to eat. You do have to eat. But you know, our bodies are so funny. They do what they want to do. They play silly games with you. Games that you don't want to play. They think are fun. They're not fun. Body, they're not fun. They're not fun at all. So, I don't know. I'm just not feeling it. You know, like last week I felt like I at least had a pound loss, and so I had a 2.9, which was more than I expected. So my body might just be saying, hey, you see how nice I was to you last week? And I'm going to do that again this week. So, but I know it's a process. I know that. And it's, and you're not supposed to define yourself by what the scale said. So I'm not going to do that, no matter what the scale says, because you know, and here I'm talking to myself, I might have a loss. Who's to know? I have a scale, but I didn't get on it. Unlike Anita over at Chit Chat Paddywhack, she doesn't even own a scale, which is probably good. But I'm not going to define myself by the scale. Although today I feel like a whale. I really do. I feel so bloated. I don't know what the deal is, but in the long run, I feel so much better. I'm moving so much better. I'm sleeping so much better. So I know that I have so many benefits other than a number on the scale to look at. And that's what I got to focus on, because anybody can focus on the negative. It's when you can find the positive in something that really makes all the difference in the world. And if you would have put your signal on, I would have known you were turning, and then I could have turned. But no, it's all about you. It's all about you. Oh, it might be somebody in my family. That's our mantra. It's all about me. It's all about me. So anyway, I get so many things to be thankful for in my life, and so many things to be blessed. As bad as I am with money, I've never been evicted. I've never had anything repossessed. I've never been to jail. Oh, reminds me of a story about jail. Jim's been to jail. Not because of Jim, because of my father. Because my father used to do our taxes all the time every year. And we lived in the city of Detroit, and Detroit had a city tax. But Jim didn't work in the city. Most of his construction was in the surrounding areas like Ann Arbor, Ypsilanti, Pontiac, Port Huron. It was all around. So he wasn't really working in the city, but even though if you lived in the city, you still had to pay a tax. So my father always resented that fact. Always resented it. He said that you shouldn't have to pay a tax to a city that, you know, you're not really getting all the benefits from. And you know, back in the late 70s, early 80s, there was a lot of corruption going on in Detroit, and there was a lot of unhappy people, and my father was one of those unhappy people. I could take it or leave it. You know, I'm not very political. So anyway, so he never did our taxes. So then we got a notice from the from the city of Detroit about 7 years worth of taxes that we owed. And I showed the letter to my father, and he says, "Oh, don't pay attention to it, just throw it away." I said, "Are you sure?" He said, "Yeah, you don't need it, just throw it away." "Oh, okay." Then, then you get the second notice, and then you get the third notice, and then you get the final notice that there's a warrant out for your arrest. And so I said, "Dad, there's a warrant out for our arrest." He says, "Oh, they always do that. It's just a scare tactic. You don't need to worry." "Oh, okay, so we're not going to worry." So Jim was driving home from a party or going to the bar or something. I don't know. He was just coming home, and one of our tail lights was out, and the police pulled him over for the tail light. And then when they ran the license plate, ran his driver's license, they saw that there was a warrant out for his arrest. So they arrested him on the spot. And then they brought him to he was arrested in, at the time it was called East Detroit, but now it's called East Point. But, so they arrested him in East Detroit, and they brought him to the jail, and they let him call. He could make more than one call, because they were really nice policemen. And so then he called me, and he told me, "Hey, I'm in jail, blah, 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 for the tax evasion and stuff. I need you to post a $500 bond." Well, back then, that $500 was a lot of money, like in the 1980s. Believe it or not, it really was a lot. And not that it's not a lot of money now, but it was a lot of money back then. And your ATMs at the time had a limit, a cap, that you could only get, I think it was $200 a day out. And nobody in my family had money, nobody had money. So we were trying to go around, we couldn't come up with the bond. So he had to be transferred to the Detroit jail. So I said, "I'm sorry, Jim, but you're going to have to spend the night in jail, because I can't get to the bank, the physical bank, until in the morning." And so he said, "Okay, whatever." So he was so humiliated, because they take your belt and they take your shoelaces, and they do all that stuff. And he had gone to jail. So my brother Michael had taken me to the bank in the morning to get the money out. And so then Jim called again, because he got another call. I don't know how he got another call, maybe just to post the bond. And so he says to me, "Well, when you bring the bond money in, don't tell them who you are, because they'll arrest you, because there's a warrant out for you too." "No, wait a minute. Tell them who you are. Be really proud of who you are. Tell them that your father decided you didn't need to pay the taxes, and you're going to be standing up to us." And I said, "No, I'll send Michael in." So Mike went in to pay the bond and get Jim out. And then we went to court, and we made arrangements to make payments, and so we paid it. So ever since then, rightly so, Jim said, "We're going to go to H&R Block and pay them. We're not having your father do our taxes anymore." Because I never want to go through that again. I said, "No, I don't blame you." So I was just so thankful that it was him that got pulled over and not me, because I don't think I would have handled that very well. But, so, moral of the story, whether you like it or not, you have to pay your taxes. Unless you're really, really rich and you know all the loopholes. I know that's very cynical on my part, but I think it's proven to us almost on a daily basis that the rich get richer and the poor get poorer, and the rich can, although they do get caught. Look at the college scandals. But it sure takes a long time for them to come get caught. All right, let's go face the music. Let's go see how we did. I'm not very optimistic, I'll be honest with you. Okay, I'm not going to lie. I'm bummed. I'm really bummed. First of all, I come out and it snowed while I was in there, and I had to clean the car off from snow. I thought we were done with this crap. And I did have a gain of 0.9. I don't understand it. I really don't understand it. But I am, like I said on the way here, I'm not going to let that number affect me. I'm going to realize that I didn't deserve it. Although last week I didn't deserve a 2.9 gain loss. So I probably should have only lost 2 pounds last week, so my body's saying, "Ha! I gave you 0.9 last week, I'm taking it back." But I'm going to have it next week. So anyway, I'll show you my disturbing news. Not that I would lie about gaining. Why would I lie? What silly fool would lie about gaining? But it's 0.9. So, and I can say only. It's only 0.9. Because it's just, it's discouraging. I'm not going to lie. It's discouraging. But I I know I'm better than that, and I know I'm going to have a better loss next week, and it's going to show on the scale. I don't have a doubt. This was just 1 week. And the thing is, I didn't eat out. That was another thing. Accomplishment I made this week was when Jim and I went to his dentist appointment on Thursday. I was going to offer to take him out to breakfast, and I thought, no, go home and make a healthy breakfast. So I didn't eat out at all last week. Well, no, I take that back. I ate out on Sunday. But I usually always eat out on Sunday. So just trudge on, because you know what? I'm not quitting. I am not quitting. I'm just going to have a better loss next week. That's all. So let's go home and have something healthy for breakfast. Even that doesn't sound encouraging, does it? Let's go home. Let's have something healthy for breakfast. That sounds better. Okay, we came to see Sophia. Well, Christy too, but we're coming to see Sophia, and her and Daisy are waiting in the doorway for us. We can't wait to see us. There's Daisy Duke. There's Daisy Duke. She's an old doggy. She's an old doggy. There's her. There's Daisy. And Sophia's in her jammies.
No, I'm not. I'm in my exercising outfit.
Exercising.
Are you exercising?
So what do you got to say to people?
Like, subscribe, share, comment, and share.
You didn't go like this.
You gotta go like, comment,
Subscribe. And share.
look over there, the lazy butt.
Did you get Daisy in here?
We got Daisy at the door. Oh, there's Daisy. On the furniture like she's a
What
person.
is a baby?
That's it for us. Sophia, are you coming over tomorrow?
Yeah.
She's gonna clean my house.
No.
Yeah, I need to have all my toilets cleaned.
You. No.
With your toothbrush.
Yeah.
You.
Yeah, so bring your toothbrush.
No.
So you guys, well, tomorrow I'll be doing a video too because it's somebody's birthday.
Whose?
I can't tell you, it's a secret.
Alyssa's?
Nobody you know.
Oh.
Oh.
St. Patrick.
No cake for you.
Aw.
It's St. Patrick's birthday.
That's not whose birthday I'm talking about. Did you set a leprechaun trap at school?
No.
Tell them, Jim, but they did at your school where you work.
They set leprechaun traps.
What did it look like?
Looked like they trashed the whole room.
They had to tell the janitor, don't worry,
They'll clean it.
they'll clean it. Because she threw all the pencils and papers and crayons and markers.
Dad walked in the room and he's like, son of a...
You can't swear. It's not nice. All right, see you guys tomorrow.